This week I'm doing a little 2-day hike with my buddy Jon into Mount Assiniboine Provincial Park in British Columbia. We're actually starting from neighboring Kootenay National Park from the Banff Radium Highway, and then we'll hike into Surprise Creek just for one night. The area was the site of the Mount Shanks fire and also the Verdant Creek fire in 2017. So we're going to be walking through the remnants of these two forest fires, and it should be interesting. Hopefully you'll hike along with us. Here's a nice viewpoint overlooking the Simpson River. This is the view looking back toward the trailhead. So we've come in probably about halfway, probably about 5 kilometers so far. Here's a nice view. The one thing with the forest fires is at least we get a view, because I think before the forest fires came along, there wouldn't have been much view here along this trail, so many trees. We're about to enter Mount Assiniboine Provincial Park. And we're just stepping out of Kootenay National Park. That's pretty impressive. Tree fell over on the trail, or across the trail. Nice little boardwalk right underneath. Well, we've come to the cabin, at least across from it. We still have to find the bridge. We think it's upstream another couple hundred meters. That's like deluxe. Another sign here. And we're just coming up on the cabin here at Surprise Creek. Nice fire pit out front. And a bit of a table. Nice.
Woohoo! Guess what I just found?
What'd you find?
I can't believe it. I just found a cold beer and a Coke in the river, in the creek down there. Someone must have left it.
Did there happen to be a vodka with that Coke?
Actually there was, yeah.
There was?
Yeah, seriously there was.
Yeah! Well, I'll take the Coke, you can have the beer.
Actually, you know, I don't drink the Foxy, Shifty, Willy, Crafty, Sneaky Weasel beer. But,
usually on the first night of my hikes, I do pizza. We do it on the Outback oven. I make the dough up ahead of time, a couple days in advance or even longer. I pre-portion all the meats and the cheeses and the veggies and So I'll throw all this on, we'll get it on the Outback oven, should be ready in about 15 minutes or so. And this is the end result. We'll let it sit a minute or two just to cool off, and then we'll carve her up, and that'll be supper. Good morning, it's day 2. We're just about to head out back to the highway. So this is where we spent the night, nice quiet night in this meadow beside the horse corrals. The tents are packed up. Breakfast has been eaten, we're just cleaning up here. This is a beautiful day, blue sky day, no clouds at all, really nice. Not real cold through the night, I think it was +5 overnight. So not too bad, about 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Slept warm, and yeah, we're just cleaning up here, and then we'll get going. This is our last look at the meadow beside the cabin at Surprise Creek. And this is Simpson River in the foreground, and that's Surprise Creek over to the right, coming down from up above behind the cabin. So we're back at the boundary between Mount Assiniboine Provincial Park, which we're just leaving, and now back into Kootenay National Park. So we've come about a quarter of the way. This is a good example of a fair bit of the route. Quite often the trail gets along the river or above the river, and we get nice views opening up. Saying that, a lot of the trail is through trees, but with the forest fire of 2017, it's opened up those views, so we get decent views out of that as well. So it's overall pretty good. Obviously lots of deadfall to clear from the forest fires. The trail crews in both BC Parks and Parks Canada have done a great job. Here's a little bit of a climb, and then I think the trail, if I remember right from yesterday, the trail levels off. And actually, overall from Surprise Creek to the highway is about 500 feet downhill. It was great that Jon found those cans of beer and the cans of Coke in the creek last night near the campsite. That was awesome. Actually, what we do is I usually take 1 or 2 cans of Coke and some vodka. The other guys I hike with tend to take beer, you know, a can or 2 each. And then on the first day, as soon as we get to camp, we put them all in the creek. There's always a creek nearby a campsite, so we get them in the creek right away, get them nicely chilled for an hour or so while we're setting up the tents and getting camp established. And then we crack them open at supper time and enjoy. So it always intrigues me, these trails, how they get built and the planning that would go into them, and I guess the planning in the office, the mapping, and then the actual construction, the scratching out of the trail and building it and maintaining it, and just seeing it mature over the years into a solid footpath. Just interesting stuff. This one's no exception. And once in a while we come to an area where You know, the trail will go off into what we think is kind of a strange area. You know, we always wonder, why did it go there? Case in point, last year we hiked on the Farrow Creek Trail in Banff National Park, and part of that trail goes way high above the creek, way up on the slope of the mountain, and I remember thinking, why the hell is this going up there? But, you know, obviously they had their reasons. Who knows? Might have been cliffs down below that they had to get around or get above. Who knows? Well, we're nearing the end of the hike. You can see the Vermilion River there. That's the main river in this valley. So probably just a minute or two away from the bridge over the Vermilion. You can hear the highway noise there. And you can see the bridge up ahead over the Vermilion River. I want to thank my buddy Jon for hiking along with me this week, and I want to thank you for hiking along with us. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit that like button and share it with your friends, and be sure to subscribe. That's gotta be the longest title for a beer.
Yeah.